Nico here, back as promised. So today we're going to be looking at the last 7 weapons set of new Switch skills that have been revealed. If you missed the first set of 7, I'll link it down in the description below. It'll probably be the first link. It's basically going to be the same type of it as last time, you know. Gonna watch the videos together, gonna give my thoughts, might pause them a little more and rewatch some of them because for me these are a tad harder to follow along with. We're gonna be going in no particular order except for the day they were posted, so if they were posted on the same day, they will be, you know, next to each other. And yeah. In the background, we have some Elatrion hunts. You won't see them for most of the time because we're gonna be looking at the videos, but just so that, you know, beginning, end, all of that, you know the drill. Alright, now, let's get started with the first one. It's the bow. Gotta get back to ESRB reading. So, this is the Shogun Senator gear, and honestly, looks pretty good. Now, Butcher's Bind basically just gives the bow a really good option for dealing severing damage, as we can see here for piercing tails, and I'm pretty excited for it. I think, here, let's go back actually, just, you know, arrow loaded with iron silk, which is I guess what, you know, wirebugs use. I think it's going to give the bow really good DPS opportunities, and it seems pretty powerful. And being the variant to aerial aim, as we saw in the initial trailer for Switch skill swaps, they will work pretty well together. Now the next variant I was surprised about was melee attack. You know, I'll take it, but it looks like the Wyvern Strike or whatever it's called is kind of just going to be like a throw it in, hit the same spot, it'll deal more damage. Like, this is what I mean, or so earlier, you know, aerial aim is a great Butcher's Bind follow-up. But it looks like the thing will either like explode after a certain amount of time, or just it'll take more damage when you hit the spot for a little bit. Now next up we have the incredibly controversial Charge Blade. Now I personally don't think the Charge Blades was that bad, but people seem to think otherwise. So Ready Stance is the real big controversial moment here, as it doesn't appear to really do much for the weapon. But in my opinion, I think it's actually going to be pretty good. I know some people that have some problems with counter peak performance, and it looks like honestly this might just give a way to have Savage Axe and Amped Sword at the same time, at least in an easier way to do it. Now again, counter peak performance is pretty good. I don't see too much of a problem with Ready Stance. It seems like a much faster counter to activate. Now, I actually really like Firing Pin here, as, you know, as you can see here, normally, here, let's go back. Okay, a little too far, it's fine. When you go back, or when you look at the, when you look at this, you know, you hit them and they explode after a short amount of time, but it really looks like this is going to be a great way to just rack up a ton of damage in a single hit, because you can just build the file damage and then spark them all at once. And I think that's going to be really good. But that's just me. I don't really play Charge Blade in this game, so, you know, what do I know? Other than, you know, just the fact that it looks pretty cool. Really interested in what that weapon is. It looks like the Rampage weapons are like the Kimura weapons, but we'll just have to wait and see. Now, moving on to Gunlance, which apparently might be something weird. Also, let's just say, point out the obvious here, the Magma Almudron set looks amazing. The fact that male and female both have the same general design is so cool, and I love it. Now, I don't play Gunlance. I'm not going to pretend to understand it, but I'm pretty sure the main problem people have is that this is like a temporary fix to like the damage buff of the Gunlance or something like that with its shelling. I'm not fully sure. Though, having one variant to Ground Splitter, unsure, is going to be pretty nice. I think it's going to balance. Now, Wormstake Cannon, I was already a fan of out of the few Gunlance stuff I've seen. Erupting Cannon just kind of looks like it's almost just like a different way to utilize it, I guess. Like, you know, normally you have like the Wormstake Cannon and just kind of fires off as it does, but then, you know, erupting cannons just kind of be like, maybe like all the damage at once, but it's going to be a little weaker, if that makes sense. But hey, shout out to them for having really good views of the armor and the weapon. Honestly, I think Magma Albedron's equipment looks super cool so far. And Arachnikadaki, hopefully you get a subspecies or a variant or something. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. The oh-so-forgotten and apparently underutilized lance with Garen Golem equipment into Tronodon armor. Now, from what I hear, Skyward Thrust was a Insect Glaive switch skill back in Generation. Not switch skill, Hunter Art back in Generations, but I don't know that for sure. But Anchor Rage, I'm pretty sure, allows you to connect onto monsters. Having a variant of it that's just not gonna like keep you sitting still for a second is gonna be nice. Now, I've seen something online that I actually kind of agree with. I can't remember which one it fully was, because I don't play Lance either. But, one of them, I think Shield Tackle, is basically going to be a distance closer, while Guard Dash is going to be the standard fighting. So when you need to, like, close the distance a couple times because the monster moves a lot, that's when you use Shield Tackle, or something. Now let's get into the actually controversial Longsword. Oh, the Longsword. The favorite child of Capcom. Now, I just want to say, Harvest Moon is a fine name, but we really missed an opportunity to have Setting Sun and Rising Moon. But that's just me. Personally, I think it would have been cooler, but Harvest Moon works pretty well. Basically, landing counters will, within the ring, the little prayer circle I've heard people call it, will add additional hits. Now, my main hope is that it applies to other weapons as well, which was actually my same hope for Rising Sun, was that when you use Rising Sun on Heavy Bowgun, Light Bowgun can also fire in it and get the damage buff as well. In this case, with how many counters there are, I'm not going to count on it, but I'm hoping Harvest Moon applies to other weapons, mostly so that if I ever hunt with another person who's using Longsword, my amazing Switch X counter, which I love so much, will get even more damage. Now, the fact that they're showing off just Soaring Kick and Sakura Slash is kind of interesting here, because they don't really say if Harvest Moon's going to be a variant to that or to Serene Pose. Now, the Sacred Special Sheath combo supposedly is from Frontier, which I am A-okay with, because I think Frontier's cool. I'm going to start playing it soon. But the Special Sheath combo, it's a charge move for the Longsword, and honestly, I'm sorry, but look at that animation and tell me it's not so cool. Like, you go from that into the Special Sheath combo, but it's not the combo, because suddenly it's Sacred Special Sheath, and you got that to work with. That just looks fun as hell. I'm personally excited for Longsword users. I feel like every weapon's viable and their switch skills are as well. But Longsword, you got some cool stuff. Now, Light Bowgun, a weapon I have touched before. I'm not sure what weapon that is, but we know we have the Arachnikadaki set. Now, this one took a moment for me to understand. It looks like the Wyvern counter isn't actually a counter, it's a evasive tool. You fire off a shot and then jump away because, you know, in order to, like, kind of get the monster off your tail, you fire the shot basically just willy-nilly as you run away in hopes that it'll stop the monster from getting closer to you, like it shows there. Now, fanning maneuver, I can understand why. They both kind of give me the same vibes. And now, this was interesting to me. They're using the area again to show this off, but they have the standard UI, but they obviously hit some of it. Now, Marksman, I didn't realize this was a switch skill, and Critical Firepower is actually a pretty good, like, trade-off. Less distance, but much more damage. And we'll love using Fanning Maneuver without actually firing anything. Now, we're getting to my second weapon of choice behind the Switch X, and honestly my Monster Hunter true love, as it's been used in every single playthrough at some point. It's what I use in Generations for Ultimate World. The dual blades, something special to me. Also, female Acnosom armor, I'm pretty sure this is the Master Rank set. I really like it. I think I'm gonna use it, honestly, even as like layered armor. I really like the way it looks. It gives me like the Legiana armor vibes almost, but in its like own way. It's different, but I still really like it. Now, shout out to Spiral Slice for coming back as Spiral Slash, my favorite part breaker move, because whenever I use it, I always scream part breaker. I do like that detailing there, showing that you can use it in air as a follow-up to that attack. Also, love the description, bore into the target's flesh, as your body acts as a drill. He can't come up with this stuff, man. Now, I'm not fully sure why they... This is what kind of tipped me off to the fact that we might have 3 options for each thing. So, let me explain. So, as you can see here, the variant that Spiral slashes is Piercing Bind, which is where you thrust a little knife forward. However, Piercing Bind already has a variant, and it's the same where you launch yourself in the air, which is actually a lot better than I was giving it credit for at first, because it can keep you in the air, and then if you're playing like an aerial dual blades type thing, it works really well. I'm not sure. I don't touch it that much, but I might. But Spiral Slash being a variant to it as well makes me think that each section is going to have at least like 2 or 3 to work with. Because think about it, when we originally got Rise content, we didn't get all of the switch skills, we only got 2 of them. So it makes me think that there's more that we're not seeing just yet that could be really good. Even if it's for things that we've already seen before. Like with the Longsword and Harvest Moon not really showing off what it's a variant of. However, we also have the Spirit Round Slash combo, which I actually quite like its variant. The Slide Slash, it kind of feels almost like a way to just like make the dual blades even more maneuverable without having to go into demon mode. Because now you can just kind of, instead of hitting A to do the standard thing, you just kind of slide to the other side of the monster as they showed here. Again, it's also got a nice animation. But just the like nice slide along it is really cool. How it has a hit in the beginning and the end. I like it. Also, I like that they showed off the entire set that they were using with Demon Mode, Feral Demon Mode, Piercing Bind, Spiral Slash, the works. I'm kind of hoping we get a Demon Dance or whatever the... I can't remember the name, I think it's Demon Dance. This move, when you hit X and A at the same time, or double click, or use left and right mouse buttons at the same time. I hope we get a variant for that soon, because that would be very cool. But that's just me. So, yeah, with that, I think that brings our wonderful Sunbreak experience to an end here. We aren't really going to be able to do much until, you know, we get Sunbreak in our hands. We might actually get a really nice look with the title updates of maybe some like more stuff revealed, maybe a shadow dropped monster, but probably not. When it comes to the title updates, I hope that they start off strong, and that... I think I just increased my mic sensitivity by accident. Apologies for that. I hope that they start off strong and end strong. For example, I believe World had around like 5 title updates, with the 4th and 5th being Elatreon and Fatalis. That ends off really strong and is a really good way to do it, because you don't want the final one to be disappointing. And I hope they do the same with Rise. I hope they have a really strong ending, but I also hope they have a strong start. I could not tell you what the first Iceborne title update was, and honestly, I kind of don't want to look it up, because I know I'm probably going to be like, oh wow, I thought that was a later one. In my opinion, if they start off strong though, what's in the middle won't matter as much, because the ending will be what matters. Personally, my prediction is on getting, say, Gogmazios back. Gogmazios? Pretty sure it's Gogmazios. You know, getting Gogmazios back, getting Dalamadur back, getting like those giant creatures. Yamatsukami even, I'd be okay with. Lao Shan Lung, that'd be cool. Doren Morin, Gen Morin, either or works for me. I hope we get a good final boss though. It's probably gonna be like another Fatalis. It might be like Crimson Fatalis or White Fatalis. It might be something on like a similar scale to that. I don't know what a similar Fatalis creature would be like. Dire Morales? I don't know. I hope we get something good though, because a strong ending to Sunbreak I think will leave people with the best possible impressions on top of what they already got from the base release. Also, something that I saw online that keeps floating through my head, the idea that base Rise has more monsters than base World, and we can expect Sunbreak to take a similar approach to everything as Iceborne did. And Iceborne added like 48 monsters at base or something like that. And the fact we've only seen 9 for Sunbreak really makes me hope that they just haven't showed off most of the content because they want to keep it secret. I'm really hoping that we get in there and there's like 39 other new monsters, or like new and returning monsters that we haven't seen before that we get to be excited about for seeing it in the quest list. Maybe we'll get Hermitar as well as Cenatar, you know, maybe we'll get like Purple Bloodroth or something. Maybe we can get Nursilla back. Honestly, I kind of want to see Nursilla back. Maybe we'll finally get the Gosharog subspecies people are hoping for. I'm hoping for some variant of Raknakadaki. Returning monster-wise, really hope we get Valhazak back as an Elder Dragon. I want to see them make new Elder Dragons, of course, but Valhazak was really cool in my opinion. And that's also because they were my favorite Elder Dragon of 5th generation, so, you know, a little biased. But, with that, thank you for dealing with me ranting at the end there. Personally, I have a lot of hope for Sunbreak. I think the new Switch skills are going to be really good once we get our hands on them. And, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, if you feel like it, you can like it. You can subscribe if you want. Leave a comment even. I don't know. If you made it this far, thanks a ton. Honestly, I'm really enjoying making these videos where I can just sit down and talk. It's a little weird because I'm not used to it yet, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. Capture Card is going to happen incredibly soon, and I think the moment I do, I'm going to make like a Generations Ultimate or a Rise video to like celebrate. Maybe Generations, I'm not sure. If it is Generations, I might be playing with one of my friends, but unsure. If it isn't though, I'm probably going to get it and then do like a Valstrax hunt or something, because Valstrax is cool. Maybe some like Astalos and Seregios grind before Sunbreak to prep for it. I don't know, we'll decide. Maybe I'll ask Twitter and Twitter can decide. Speaking of which, yeah, if you want, down in the description below this video, I'm going to link my Twitter and my Twitch and the other video I was talking about earlier, the first 7. I think I'm gonna keep the title of Let's Talk About Something right now. I might not introduce it as that, I might. I don't know. But, yeah, with that, I'll, let y'all go. Thank you so much for watching. It was great having you here. Interact if you feel like it. If you don't, that's completely okay, I won't judge. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. I will see you all, hopefully, next week.